Welcome back once again. It is now clear that the APC government don't want to actually fix this particular country, especially when it comes to the electoral reform bill. Sincerely speaking, as you could see on your screen, the electoral reform bill amendment bill has actually passed third reading. This is not just the bone of contention. At this point in time, Senate rejects mandatory electronic transmission of results. And this is exactly what a lot of persons have actually frowned about and have certainly stated that this is not a way forward in actualizing what we call transparency and clear democracy in the rule of law of this particular country. This undermines the free and fair and credible election in this particular country. That is the more reason why Senator Abaribe, Senator Tambuwal, Senator Natasha, Senator Akpoti and other opposition lawmakers insist on retaining electronic transmission of results in the electoral bill. Sincerely speaking, I'm going to be playing this series of videos and see for you to see what is actually happening in the Senate chambers as we speak. A lot of persons have frowned that you know fully well that these are the contingencies, these are the disadvantages, and these are the issues that they recorded that led to elections in 2023 not being credible. And leaders were appointed not by merit, not by voters' credibility, but by rigging and by imposition of their wealth and all of that. Now the Senate don't want elections to be transmitted immediately after the voters must have voted, and now lawmakers from the opposition parties have actually decided to take the bull by the horn, stating that this will not happen. As a matter of fact, they are rejecting, and they have now clashed with Akpabio, who came out and started insisting that they actually adopted the one that was used in 2023. They don't want to reform, and making a lot of excuses that does not worth it. I'm going to be showing you all in full content. Before I do that, listen attentively to Peter for Nigeria. This prominent man has continued to speak for electoral reforms. As a matter of fact, he had done a lot of journals, he has done a lot of sensitization, but none to avail. At this point in time, he got furious and he decided to state it clearly. Listen attentively to all he stated, and when we come back, I'll exactly show you how the senators have rejected what is happening.
So the Senate president of particular concern, Godswill Akpabio, with his bunch of political bandits, don't take their mischief to the next level by refusing to pass mandatory use of electronic technology to transmit results for 2027. Shame on you, Senate President Akpabio, and shame on every member of the 10th National Assembly as soon as Sudan they watch this criminality and brazen attempt to rig election unfolding. Shame on you, members of the 10th Assembly, which is the most useless and unproductive assembly in the history of parliament. Nigerians, this will not be time to talk, because the meaning of waiting Akpabio and National Assembly don't do is they have given you the middle finger. They are telling you to do your worst. We want to rig election, do your worst. This is the meaning. There is no other definition. So it is up to Nigerians whether we want to talk, whether we just want the vex on social media, because anger is not a plan. Being dissatisfied with a policy is not a strategy. You must mobilize now to occupy National Assembly, insist that the right thing be done, and then mobilize towards 2027. Because I don't they shout and since electoral reform. Some people say maybe it's not important. Some say maybe let us support Peter, support me for an issue of national importance. Everything they have been doing, they do not want free and fair election. APC no say if there's free and fair election in Nigeria today, Tinubu will not only lose body loan for Ikoyi where they live, he will lose Lagos State Government House, he will lose Asu Rock. They know that they have no pathway to victory except through electoral malpractice and rigging. So refusing to pass this electronic transmission of results, it only empower one people, the politicians who don't defect there. You go here, they say they have 36 states, a bit 31 states inside. They do not have 31 states, they have 31 governors. If you refuse to pass mandatory electronic transmission of results, it make them easy, because it empower INEC to use manual collation. And you know, saying that for collation center now be the shrine of election rigging. So the governors and the strong men, all these people where they carry now, these fake prophets where go, they say they want sell mandate way upon which they shall collapse. Their own is to ensure they rewrite result the same way they do for Obiako, suppress the vote of the people, and now, because as the day now, it is possible they don't already cook result, they don't write the numbers, they are only waiting for implementation. But they will only implement as far as Nigerians permit them to implement, because now Uri Buruku they do. The INEC law of 2022 was clear. They said section 60 subsection 5, the presiding officer will transmit results in a way and manner as prescribed by INEC. Did INEC prescribe a way? Yes, paragraph 38, 39 of INEC guidelines. clearly talks about electronic transmission of result. But even when INEC go against their guidelines, the court no hold INEC responsible. So waiting be the demand where we don't the demand since. Let what is on INEC guidelines be taken and put on Electoral Act and then amend relevant sections of Constitution. Today, Akpabio is shamelessly telling Nigerians say they are misunderstanding them, that they only say they want to maintain what is in 2022. If you wanted to maintain what is in 2022, so what was the need for an amendment? What was the reason? Because una know say passing this electronic transmission of results, it don't reduce una method of rigging. Nobody said they no go still rig, because even if they pass them, that is why I've been calling on everybody, opposition, ADC, put eye on INEC and electoral reform for National Assembly, because that place is worse than a witchcraft coven. If they give with right hand, they take with left hand. Even if they pass the electronic transmission of results, it don't mean to make anybody go sleep. You must continue to monitor. They must create loopholes that they will use to rig. They don't have any plans for free and fair elections. They want to rig. They want to rig. Nigerians, if you allow this criminality to stand, we must ask ourselves, the power of the people and the criminals in power, who is greater? Waiting National Assembly and Akpabio, they tell una be say, we have no plans for free and fair elections. We want to rig. We want to see what you can do. Nigerians, you have to come out victims. Exercise our right to free and peaceful assembly in the National Assembly, because this one don't come out for talk. Between now and 2027, we must mobilize leaders of opposition, ADC. All this while, some of una just they move. Everybody they do their own. Una don't see I'm clear. Say these people are out on an assault on democracy. There is no plan for free and fair. Shame on you, Senator Godswill Akpabio. Shame on you, all members of the Senate Committee and House Committee on Electoral Reform. Senator Simon Lalong, Senator Honorable Bayo Balogun. Shebi we talk and that time when they run on a mouth like second-hand blender. They are going to pass it. They are going to pass it. So this is the plan. Shamelessly trying to rig an election because you know that you are non-popular. The people reject you. The gods reject you. Nigerians, wake up and mobilize. When everybody they mount guard to ensure say your vote must count 2027 because they want to rig. They have no other plans but to rig. My name is Peter for Nigeria. Shame on you, Senate President. Shame on you, members of 10th National Assembly. You are amongst politicians most miserable.
Welcome back once again. You listen attentively to what Peter for Nigeria has stated, and this is the reasons at which a lot of persons have called upon this particular Senate, being the 10th Senate, that why on earth are you people going to do this just for your selfish interest? Why will you reject the transmission of electoral results at that point at which the voters are actually voting? Because you people know fully well that if everything goes based on being credible, a lot of you actually lose your senatorial legislative seats, and even if not the political seats, and that is one reason why they want to do this. And now it is obvious that the opposition party ought to unite themselves, likes of Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar and co, to actually knock off this particular trajectory and knock off this particular plot and plan that has actually been exposed as we speak. Now the bone of contention is the fact that legislators in the same Senate who decided to come out without any fear or favor to state the obvious that they are rejecting that particular plan. As a matter of fact, Abaribe and co and other senators, listen attentively to what they stated, and when we come back, we'll exactly show other developing stories and how Wike has actually gotten the reply.
We felt, those of us who are still around, that it would be necessary to make a clarification of what happened yesterday, to put the records straight. Yesterday, the Senate did not, I repeat, did not pass transfer of results, which was in the 2022 Act. What we passed, and which the Senate President himself, when he was doing a clarification sitting on his chair, is transmission of results. And I need to make this very clear. Every one of us who is a senator, who has the privilege to represent a senatorial district, came here under the trust of their senatorial zone. And the reason for us to go into a closed session was so that we can tidy up all the niggling things inside there. And when we now come back to plenary to pass it, that we will pass it without any rancor. I can assure you, on my honor and the honor of all of us who are standing here, that both the Electoral Committee of the Senate, then the Ad hoc Committee of the Senate, and also in the executive session that we had, that we all agreed on section 63, which is electronic transmission of votes. Electronic transmission of results. Transmit, not transfer. What is in 2022 is transfer. And we don't want a law that is vague. We don't want a law that will be misinterpreted by anybody. We want a law that is clear, concise, and can be interpreted by all, and that is unambiguous. So it is electronic transmission of results. Yes, thank you.
Welcome back once again. You listen attentively and you've seen how they are trying to explain themselves and trying to, deceive the masses. While the masses caught them right-handed, seeing that they want to subdue the electoral strength of the masses. And this is exactly what has led to the confrontation and the fracas that is actually breaking out in the Senate chambers following what they did. Now, the Senate came out and stated that why they did that, or why they rejected the mandatory transmission of electronic materials on that very day, was the fact that there were practical challenges, risks of legal disputes, flexible for INEC, and semantic concerns over wording and all what you just need not to know. These are the things they actually brought out so that you get in their favor, because they know fully well that if they go to that particular route, through that route, they will be voted out, because the APC government is a government that has promised a lot of things to Nigerians, but they have not achieved one. And these are the reasons at which the opposition party has now been called upon, likes of Atiku Abubakar, Kwankwaso, Peter Obi, Rotimi Amechi, and other prominent politicians, that they should team up. This is not time to always sit back and state that INEC should do better. They should team up and probably call a stop towards this particular electoral fraud that is about happening, because with this, if not looked into, 2027 election is already dead on arrival, because the APC will actually clear virtually every seat in the political space. And I decided to bring this your view. What is your take towards this particular thing and everything that has been discussed in this particular video? Don't forget to share, like, and also hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and click on the like button so always get information promptly when we drop them here. Thanks for watching. Express yourself in the comment section. See you in my next video.